one thing I cannot stand of doing YouTube videos nowadays is how many takes I have to do. This is my 7th take, and I try my best not to screw this up. I'm trying to get every word down so I don't have to keep, deleting the audio recording and have to start all over again. I hate doing it, but I really need to stop trying to make it perfect. Nobody's perfect. So without further ado, the title of the video. Let me wing it, okay? A world of sports. I just hope my San Antonio Spurs find a way to get to the playoffs, get the players back from injuries, including Victor Wembanyama. Hopefully they get there before it's too late and have their season turn into a nightmare. So now, as far as college basketball goes, and I know the North Carolina Tar Heels and Kentucky Wildcats will be playing tomorrow night in a ACC versus SEC challenge. We're going to see what North Carolina Tar Heels is all about. We're going to see if they can bounce back, and let's see if they don't, jack up many threes like they did on Thanksgiving Day in the loss to the Michigan State Spartans. That's the part that really irritated me the most. They went 4 for 23, and I think it was more to do with Michigan State forcing North Carolina to take those threes. Not to mention, they're not the first team to do this. I mean, Kentucky, they shot 7 of 30 when they played Michigan State. So, yeah, hopefully North Carolina will learn their lesson. Just don't shoot many threes. Do not take a lot of threes if you're not good at it. If you have a 6-point lead because you're, taking a short jump shots and like the mid-range and the layups, go from there. Don't go for the home run shot, which is the 3-pointer. That's where you get yourselves in trouble. And we saw what happened on Thanksgiving against Michigan State. Now, speaking of North Carolina Tar Heels sports, yes, they lost to the NC State Wolfpack, 42-19. And all I can say is that is a nightmare season for the Carolina Tar Heels and their faithful. I have never witnessed the Carolina Tar Heels not only lose to, Wake Forest, and you lose to Duke Blue Devils. And then you lose, not only you lose to the NC State Wolfpack, you put a no-show performance. So, to me, these are new players. I think it was 70 to 80 players. Yeah, 70 new players. You have the Mac Brown players from Bill Belichick and the coaching staff. So now he's going to recruit players. He's going to have his own players. And we're going to see what happens from there in 2026. Yes, they played TCU Horned Frogs on a neutral site in Ireland. Wonderful. And let me say this to Bill Belichick and the rest of the coaching staff. Y'all better get this right. Because if you don't, if you had another nightmare season like the 2025, I promise you, you are going to get fired. You're going to be looking for a new job. In fact, I'm not sure anybody wants you if you have another season like what the Carolina Tar Heel fans witnessed this past season. So you're on the clock, buddy. Get to work. No excuses. And get a quarterback, for crying out loud. I mean, Gio Lopez is a poor man's Bryce Young. Shoot, he's worse than Bryce Young. My goodness, what in the world? Max Johnson, I mean, God bless that man. He did everything he could to come back, and he played his heart out with that nasty leg injury he suffered a year ago. Whenever I see him play, I'm just like, I think everybody's holding their breath. I'm like, oh, God, please don't do it. Please do not run. Do not run. Please don't. So big ups to him, man. Good luck to his career or whatever he does. Now, let me get to the NFL. I don't know which team is more in trouble, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens, the Detroit Lions, or the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls and football fans. Let me know. For me, I think it's Baltimore Ravens for obvious reasons. I mean, you don't have a defense. Your offense is stagnant. and you look at the AFC North division, you're like, what in the world? It's a cluster, you know what? It's a cluster fudge, man. Now you got the Ravens and the Steelers. I mean, ooh, boy, if I'm a Steelers fan, y'all better find a way to beat the Baltimore Ravens, because if you don't and you miss the playoffs with Mike Tomlin, it's time for him to go ASAP. No joke. So, Kansas City Chiefs, I have a hard time seeing them making the playoffs. They got to jump over all those teams just to get in. I mean, they're not catching the Denver Broncos. That's just not going to happen. I'm not so sure they'll beat the LA Chargers. And then you lost tiebreakers to the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. And I don't know who. And there's other teams that they lost. Oh, yeah, they got to play the Houston Texans on the Sunday Night Football game next Sunday. So if they lose to Houston, they're screwed. They're chopped and screwed. Now, in the world of video games, you got Grand Theft Auto 6 delayed again till next November. We all know why. They're going to compete against Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. People saying, hey, man, they're going to compete. They're going to beat Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. Chill out. It ain't going to happen. The only way they'll beat Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 if the game itself absolutely stinks up the joint like we've seen with Black Ops 7. I'll get to that momentarily. So we'll see about that. Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra is delayed till next year. I know people are disappointed, but hey, I'd rather iron out the bugs and work on the game, make sure it's in a excellent condition. So you have Mass Effect TV show is going to come on the Amazon Prime Video. The story will take place after the events of Ritual Trilogy instead of retelling the story. So that's an excellent move. The question is it going to be before, during, or after the Andromedon? That's the question. And then you have a comic collection book that is 800 pages and it's on sale for $23. I'm not sure if it's still on sale, so I'll put the link in the description. So in Call of Duty Black Ops 7, the sales are down big time. I put the link in the description. Even in Japan, it is the lowest ever. But we all know that a lot of Japanese don't play online shooters. If they do, it's either Fortnite or freaking Rainbow Six Siege X or something, or Counter-Strike. So in the real world news, you have Tyme. A man, she mowed down a 59-year-old white man while driving / live streaming, debating people. The article links will be in the description. It's just the lack of common sense is unbelievable. I'm not going to go into rant on that one. It just boils my blood to no end. The DoorDash girl, or the former DoorDash girl, was arrested on facing 2 felony charges. If she's found guilty, she'll be spending 8 years in prison. If I were her, just take accountability, take the L, just avert all the drama that you brought up on yourself. And that way, these so-called fans will find a way to get a life and go outside and touch grass. You have the Chicago mother and her children were jumped, beat down badly. She had sickle cell. People say that she was pregnant and all this other stuff. So I don't know. They were messing with her son for 2 years and they didn't do a thing. They didn't do anything. And don't even get me started with the demons in their mother and their parents, because they were making excuses for them. It's crazy. You got 9 women get kicked out of a restaurant in Chesapeake, Virginia, because these 2 ghetto elephants decide to turn the restaurant into a WWE Survivor Series War Games event, while the 9 women sitting at the table chilling, waiting their order, the manager say, no, get out. Y'all like to fight. That's crazy. They didn't do anything wrong. Wow. Ain't that something? And then don't even get me started with the quarter zip trend. You got young black men dressing up from YNs to YG, which is young gentlemen, and they're being ripped by certain section of the black community. I don't get it. And Memo to Troy Aikman. Last time I checked, the Carolina Panthers won the game fair and square because they earned it. It wasn't given to them. So
The article links would be in the description. What you think about that? And Troy Aikman rant on the Carolina Panthers legitimacy winning the game against the LA Rams. Salute. Troy Aikman, do better. Please do that.